But yeah, no, they did ruin The Last of Us. Um,
They did
Bro,
ruin the
I have
last one.
so much hate for that. I love it. The show's not terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it's not terrible, but they fucked up a lot of shit. Like trying
I
to
think the
fix it, they
second,
fucked up a lot of shit.
yeah, I think this. I haven't watched the entire second season yet, so don't tell me too many spoilers. Especially, for
Joel
fans too.
fucking dies, bro.
Well, we all know that in the game. But point being is, from what I have gathered so far, the second season is a lot worse than the first season. The first season has a couple of gripes where it's
And
like,
I
okay, whatever, still a really good adaptation, still a really good show. But I from what I've seen and what I've heard from people like Drew, um, and what I have seen has kind of confirmed it so far. Is like you said, they were trying to fix some things and just made it way worse. Um,
honestly, I'm kind of thinking the second season so far might be better. Like,
I heard the
so the
opposite.
first season, they kind of like they made Joel a little puss, man. Fucking having panic attacks and shit. Trying to normalize that. Which I get people have that, but like that's
yeah,
not Joel, bro. Like stop trying to
yeah.
put that on him. Like there's no character like relationship build in the first season between him and Ellie. All of a sudden he just cares about her. Fucking out of nowhere. Like there's damn near no zombies. I don't necessarily like the hive mind. It kind of makes no sense. Um, and the whole thing where at the end of the show where she's like, "Oh, the cordyceps doesn't think she's cordyceps." Then why the fuck are the zombies after her if they think that she's cordyceps? If it's a hive mind, they would be like, "Oh, that's us." Like we ain't gonna attack her. Like so that shit makes zero sense. I will say the girl who plays Dina, she makes up for all ugly.
Oh, is that the one that be making out with her and shit?
I'm
Is that
not
the one you're talking about?
sure if they've kissed yet. I mean,
But
yeah, I guess
but
they
they're
did kiss,
but
but
they're friends though, right?
yeah,
That's the other girl.
yeah.
She was in Sicario Part Two.
What's that?
I haven't
Um,
seen part two yet.
that's a badass movie with
Yeah.
what's his name?
Um,
Damn,
dude
what's
who
his
played
fucking name?
Thanos. Dude who played Thanos
Oh yeah,
and Del
Brolin
Toro.
and oh yeah, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sicario Hitman in Spanish, and she played one of the cartel daughters they had to kidnap. Anyway, I won't spoil it for you guys. Great movie though. That's where I know her from, and
The,
she's a little hottie, man. She's cute.
the first one I've seen, Sicario, is one of my like favorite movies of that like genre that I recommend to
Great,
everyone. Same
yeah,
same
great movie.
people, Brolin and Benicio, but the difference is it also has Emily Blunt in it.
Yeah,
Top notch movie, like 10 out of
great
10.
movie.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
cartel movie, realistic, guns blazing, action movie, good movie, good movie,
good movie.
good
Yeah, good,
story.
good,
I
good twist.
think.
Yeah, good twist in the story, good everything.
I also think like the writing in general is kind of trash. I think they kind of, in my opinion, I think they ruined the whole Joel scene, like the Joel death scene of her giving. Why did she give him an explanation? Like she doesn't do that in the show. Like or in the game. I mean, like she gives him a whole fucking explanation of you killed my dad, so I'm gonna kill you, boy. Like I feel like she shouldn't have done that. I will say the Abby actor, other than the shitty writing, in my opinion, I think she's a good actor. I think she should have played Ellie, to be honest.
So,
And they should have got some steroid girl to play Abby.
so a lot of your gripes are and they're made legit because they're true. But also I feel like they're also not as legit because of the medium change. Because a lot of your gripes are that it seems like this show, the writers feel like that they need to explain everything rather
Yeah, I was
than
gonna say
like treat us like we don't understand basic human, interaction and we can't put it together like, yeah, you did that because, they want to explain it and hold our hands through it. And, in one hand, you could say, well, it's because they need to fill the void of, a video game is fills its void with gameplay. And the show doesn't have gameplay, so maybe they got to like write more to it. But at the same time, you could also say that maybe perhaps the writers kind of feel that, even subconsciously, right, is that maybe we're just too stupid as video game players to maybe people have to be walked through it. I don't know. We would have to ask the writers why they did that. But both could be a real thing that we've seen before. Writers' impressions and why they make their choice. And one would be an epic failure and make his points very valid, and the other is valid on their
No, my
part
point.
and
My
kind
points are
of
valid as fuck, bro.
I no, one makes them valid as fuck. The other one makes them valid, just valid. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
I could see that. I could see like somebody who didn't play the game. You watch this, they want to get you hooked. They want to get a new audience in,
Okay, my thing
and
that they had what 9 episodes of the first season. They wasted a whole episode on Bill and his boyfriend.
yeah,
Bill is not that big of like they're
that was
damn near pointless characters in the
that
in
was
the show
egregious.
because okay, I don't care. You want to put some gay dudes in there? I really don't care. But like they played no part in the show. Like why do I have to see their whole relationship and them kill themselves to get a
yeah,
free car, bro.
It
Like
was super
so
dark.
The point of Bill was they went on a fucking adventure to get that fucking battery for the car, bro.
yeah,
Like
so
that it was a pointless episode. You want to take go ahead. You want to fucking have him find them and be like, okay, this guy owed me some favors and now he's dead. And you could have had that whole episode of like some character, like a different episode, with some character relationship building. Like there's no relationship building in that shit. All of a sudden he just cares. Like it's
so
like a snap of a fucking button,
this
bro.
this one's one of his more valid points, because even if they're looking, in my opinion, even if they were just like trying to give more depth to the show, um he's right. Bill's character is not a big character, but again, it's like, okay, well, there's not many big characters, so where do you really establish them? But I think they were trying. So me, I would not have dove into like a past, a flashback, and built on Bill's character so much directly, like indirectly from Joel and Ellie. We didn't need to know that. We don't care. Like, and I guess their point was that it's kind of a nidbit from the game, is a lot of people who were playing seeing these little letters and stuff in the game and kind of wanted that explored more, but I still feel like they just went way too hard with it. You could have easily fixed two problems at once. You could have not done that, right? And you could have fixed the part where Ellie and Joel don't have enough development. You could have used Bill in present tense, like in the game, to steer these two into more of a mold and just use him as a pivot point, as like a outside perspective, like use his story with his husband, and to teach Joel lessons about Ellie, and then
And
open and,
honestly, the
and make
banter
Joel a
with
little
him and
more.
Ellie in the first game was decent. Like he's shitting on her because she's acting like a little brat.
Well,
Like
Yeah,
well, that's the thing is actually, and that's why your second point's valid, right? Is because he could have used that dialogue to make Joel a little less hard, right? A little more soft and open to being that father role. But the problem is, Joel wasn't a hard jagoff in the show like he was in the game. So you didn't need to do that. Like you said, he was already soft and having panic attacks and stuff. So I think honestly that's probably your most valid claim, because I feel like that's what all your other claims stem from that writing mistake, because you back Joel into this corner where like it's like, okay, well, you either spend too much time fixing Joel, or you don't have enough time to connect him to Ellie, or you got to write this dumbass character. Honestly, Joel shouldn't have emotional baggage. That's what makes Joel Joel. I still
that's
think it
why
was
they
a
don't
great
go
show.
into his and Tessa's like relationship because he
I
doesn't
would
want to
have liked
love
that
anyone
better.
after his daughter died, bro.
I would have liked that better than Bill's. I think that would have done more for Joel as well.
And the
If
whole Joel thing, like in the first season where the conversation where he's trying to have Tommy take her, they changed that. They're trying to say like, oh, it's because he's an old man, he can't do it. Bro, you're taking all the badass out of Joel. Like
right.
And
Yeah.
like in the other one, it's like he's starting to like care about her, so he doesn't want to take her across the country like anymore. Like
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right. More selfishly, you're like, fuck you. You
yeah,
like,
know?
like oh I don't
Pasquale.
want to care for you because like he's scared to get hurt again. He's scared to lose someone he loves after losing his daughter, and now it's I'm an old man, I can't do it. I'm gonna have a panic attack, boy.
Yeah. I've
Like
suffered too much PTSD.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
come on, like, bro, I
I
get it. Like, y'all
blame
got
the
some like
actor.
shit you want to fit in here. You guys want to make everyone feel included. Like, they added like, why the
yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
that? I forget I feel like his name's Nathan or something like that. The guy he meets, and like his little brother dies. Why is his brother deaf?
So I actually like those characters. But you're right.
And they
Honestly,
made that guy a pussy too. I've never killed anyone in my life. I need you to get me out of the city. No, he's in the game. He's fucking not. I'm not gonna say he's at Joel's level, but he's like a survivor, bro.
yeah,
Like
like anybody who's alive at that
you
point is.
ain't getting through the Last of Us zombies as a pussy, bro. You're not. Like I don't know if I can say
But
that on the internet,
but they didn't
but
emphasize
like
enough zombies. Like they didn't make you feel like that had to be the case because there wasn't enough zombies in there.
yeah, there's no action. I mean, I will say that I think the second season so far is better. I think they messed up a little bit. I
But
got my
I
gripes about it.
didn't.
I'm gonna still watch it because I love the game so much. Like I think it's probably my favorite story games of all time. Like,
I
but so I'm gonna
personally,
watch it regardless. I want to see what they do with it, you know.
I
But
didn't. I didn't feel that they were checking the boxes going through it, watching it. So that's a plus for them. They didn't make it too obvious, but looking at it in retrospect, it did kind of seem like a lot of the writing errors were from trying to check boxes and stuff things in there. You
and
know, PTSD, anxiety, death, this and that. The gay thing, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but then we come to a point where where shows like some of the Star Wars shows have failed, or some of these shows have failed because you're just doing too much. And it's not so much as like, oh, what's with all this wokeness, right? It's just like, is it a good story? Are you actually are you fleshing this inclusion out, or are you just kind of piecing them together? And I didn't feel like it watching it, but it kind of does now feel like they were just piecing them together. So,
it took some
you
time
know,
for me like thinking about it afterwards to like make some because like while I was watching, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. But then like thinking about it, like a lot of the stuff like in my own personal time, just like when I got some free time to think about it, it like I got a lot more different opinions. It's not a terrible show, especially for someone who hasn't played the game. It's not a terrible show.
I
I will
think
say I don't know if Pascal Siakam is a good actor.
Kelly, you were about to mention him actually.
Yeah. I think because he's the guy who plays the main character, they got to give him all that depth and all that extra toppings on him because all those layers to his character because he's a big fancy actor and plus HBO. Some of these HBO shows, um, you know, they're known for being there. Disney's really known for being like that woke shit, but HBO seems like they're kind of following that same pattern. So um,
There's a show. I don't. It's not necessarily. There's a show on either Max or Hulu. I feel like it's on Max. Where it's like it's about like college girls' sex life or something. Yeah, sex lives of college girls. It's like,
Oh, I like that. I want to watch that show.
I was gonna say I might check
but
that one out.
but I'm just saying, like, I pulled it up and it's literally right there advertised in the open, and it's like, dude, a lot of these streaming services have terrible parental like systems.
Well, to be fair,
Ah, shit, we got the
HBO.
parent of the group fucking chiming in.
But yeah, but hold on though. I was gonna say to be fair though, HBO used to have those when it was on cable. They used to have like My Confessions, or what was it? Like sex, all those sex
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
ones and
But
shit
it's
like
like,
that.
but now it's not premium after dark channels. It's a streaming service with everything. It
Hey,
has
buddy.
kids shows and shit on it. So if you got kids shows on it, you got kids programming. So you have a kids profile that really doesn't offer. It's like, and it's not just HBO. I've noticed it with pretty much
Well, I know Disney has like the
every.
parental thing on there where you can
They
lock.
they're good at it.
Yeah,
But a
because
lot
that's
of
their
them,
bread and butter, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's their bread and butter. Exactly, it's a kids.
yeah.
It's like, but a lot of these like HBO, Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, bro, they have terrible. It's like, bro, it's 2025. You guys can build whole streaming fucking apps, but you can't build a decent filter system for
I
parental
feel like they don't
controls.
care, bro. I feel like they don't care.
Amazon has a good one. You know, yeah, they don't care. But my point is, it's like, okay, well, I got news for you. I don't watch nearly enough television. These apps are all paid for my kids. So and I'm thinking at least 60% of the world has it the same way. So,
Well, y'all the problem. Y'all gotta unsubscribe.
oh, I do.
You
Oh,
gotta
I
hold
do.
them. You gotta hold them accountable.
Oh, I do. This is why I don't pay for all of them
Yeah.
anymore, because it's like, why do I need to pay for all of them and manage more? Why am I
Hey,
doing your job
just
and I'm
real
paying you?
quick, are those girls talking about sticking tongues
Drew,
in
Drew,
cruises?
Drew, I've never watched the show. I just
Oh,
thought it'd be a good
I gotta
segue to bring
assume.
up my gripe with streaming services and their lack of effort
Hey, I
to
gotta
build
assume
proper
that they're,
parental controls.
you know,
Yeah,
y'all seen
I
that?
mean,
Y'all seen Sinners, the movie?